how to convert from scientific notation to standard notation. That's our topic for you here today from the Math Tutor for YouTube channel. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to smash that like button. Also, feel free to subscribe to keep up to date with math tutorials. Let's get right into our first problem. We're going to have 5.3 times 10 to the 7th power. So first thing we see is that we are in scientific notation. So that means we have a number, which is a decimal number, and we're multiplying it by a base of 10 with a certain power. So our exponent is called the power, and that's going to be important. So the power is going to tell us how many times we need to move our decimal place. And there's two things to remember. One, if our power is positive, then we're going to move our decimal to the right. If our power is negative, then we're going to move our decimal to the left. That's all we need to remember. Let's put it into practice. Here we see a power of 7. So that means we need to move our decimal 7 times. And we see that it is positive. So 7 times to the right. So we're going to find our decimal in our number. So we see it's right between the 5 and the 3. Moving it 7 times to the right, we're going to do little jumps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So now we see all these empty spaces where we're jumping. Well, they look like perfect places where we can put zeros in. So we're going to fill them all with zeros. So if we fill those all in with zeros, we'll see that our standard notation number will be 53 million. All right, here's our second problem. We have 6.02 times 10 to the 4th. Again, we have a decimal number. We're dealing with the base of 10, and we have a power of 4. So again, the power is telling us how many jumps we need to make with our decimal point. And because it's positive, you guessed it, going to the right. So we have 6.02 moving 4 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have empty spaces. I like to call them cradles, where they're going to hold our zeros. So if we look at this, we have our standard form number of 60,200. All right, here's our next example. We have 6 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. So again, we see a whole number here. Well, a whole number does have a decimal point, comes right after the whole number. So we can write this as 6.0 times 10 to the negative 3rd. Again, we have a base of 10, and we have a power of negative 3. So we're going to move our decimal 3 times, but the negative tells us we're going to move it to the left. So finding our decimal point, moving it 3 to the left. 1, 2, 3. Filling in our cradles with zeros. So we're going to have 0.006. And after that, we can just drop our 0. We don't need to continue writing zeros after that. All right, our next problem that we're going to deal with, we have 1.02 times 10 to the negative 7th. So here we have a decimal number. We have a base of 10 and a power of negative 7. Again, we're moving our decimal 7 times in the left direction, because we're moving negative. Finding our decimal point, moving it 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that's where our decimal point's going to end up, filling our cradles with 0. We would get that following number, very small number. So as we can see, if we have a power that's negative, it's making our number smaller. If we have a power that's positive, it's going to make our number larger. All right, and we're going to look for one more example for this video. We have 0.04 times 10 to the negative 2nd power. So I want you to pause this video, try this one out on your own, and then come back, play the video, and watch the solution. So again, you see -2. You're moving your decimal twice in the left direction. So we're going to find our decimal point, and we're going to move it 2 to the left. 1, 2. So we're going to get 0.0004 for our standard form for this number. Hopefully this video helped you to go over some examples and walk through how to convert from scientific notation to standard form or standard notation. Found this video helpful, don't forget to leave this channel a like, and we'll see you in our next math tutorial.